All right, so here we go. Listen, I haven't really been doing a lot of car rants. I was off for quite a while, really putting out more family group stuff. Then I did one the other day because of these incidents where these kids were, tragically murdered, and the newspaper just ran some stuff that was completely inappropriate, and they got into the parent shaming stuff. So I ranted about that. And here's what I found was it was so therapeutic that I've decided I'm going to go back to these things so my head doesn't explode. This is all self-preservation. This is basically my form of therapy. So consider yourself my therapist. You can send me a bill. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. I'm part of a PPO, so I probably have a pretty good plan. You can probably get a pretty good rate for treating me. So send that in and we'll get that taken care of. All right, so what do I want to rant about today? It's related to this same stuff around teens. You heard me go off last week about parent shaming and just the absolute, we're still using this 1970s, 1980s mentality, 1980s approach to kind of to kind of handle a 2018 problem. And clearly we have people, they're not bad people, just saying some off-the-wall stuff about, what's going on out there. I understand that parents need to pay attention. I understand that parents need to communicate. I get all that. But to say things like weak relationships and that this indicates lack of parental supervision is, it's really, really diabolical. Unintentional, I hope, but diabolical. You simply do not know enough about the situation to even run your mouth. And you're not an expert in any way, shape, or form to say something like that. Come talk to me. Come talk to Rich Jones if you're in the upstate of South Carolina. All right. So today I'm on my way to do a parent talk, because here's the deal. I'm on a mission now. I did one at Buncombe United Methodist Church. Thank you for having me. I think I did like 2 others since then, and today I'm on my way to Trinity Lutheran Church. It's a Sunday. I'm going to keep working hard at this, and I'm going out and I want to teach parents what they need to know about these situations. And it includes where to find help, because this is part of the equation that no one talked about in the Greenville News article. What about the fact that I did this experiment? Listen to this. Listen to this. Just listen to this. So I go on, I'm training these folks, and we're turning these folks into intervention support specialists. I'm a certified Arise interventionist, an evidence-based practice. I'm not just a dude who threw a shingle up and said, hey, I'm an interventionist, come pay me $5,000. Breathe. All right, so I'm training these like support interventionists, and I do an experiment. I go on Google and I type in help with addiction. And you got to go like 5 or 6 pages deep before you find anything other than a rehab pimp page. You like that term? Rehab pimp pages. And then like folks like American Addiction Centers, they buy up all the sites that have anything to do with that. You hop on there, like it could even say mental health help. And you hop on there and it drives you to American Addiction Center's call center. All right, so let me explain something. And if you're from American Addiction Center or any other treatment center and you would like to private message me and debate this, I would love it. Those people that you are calling have no interest in giving you objective information. Their interest is in putting a head in a bed. Now, that doesn't mean that they're body brokers. That doesn't mean that they're unethical. That doesn't mean that they're bad people. But that is a fact, man. It is subprime mortgage lending is what's going on in those call centers. I've seen them. Sorry about that. All right. So what do parents do if they're going to hop on there and they're going to get on the phone with somebody, who's going to basically try to steer them towards rehab, and really all they're doing is looking for information? You also can't find it by one of these like Facebook marketers that are out there. Those are good dudes too. I'm sure that they are dedicated people and they want to help. And I blame the treatment centers more than I blame the individual people. Look, man, these are folks that have like 1 to 5 years in recovery, no clinical training, no background whatsoever. They're in no position to be giving any advice. And they are also going to be driven by the business model. Again, I offer anybody to kind of call. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that some of those folks, I know some of those folks, they clearly try to help no matter who comes down the pike. I get that. But that's not my point with this. My point is it's not a place for a parent to go for just objective information. So let me give you an example. Let's say that my son has a high fever and he's coughing and I'm like, oh, What's going on? I think I should seek some advice and some help. So I get on and I Google like 5-year-old, high fever, cold, da-da-da. I get bumped to like WebMD, I get some advice. I do not get a call now number with a doctor on the other line or a nurse saying, bring him into the emergency room right now. Bring him in right now. Bring him in right now. Bring him in right now. You got to get him in a car and get him to the emergency room right now. I don't get that. I just get information. Okay? So here's the deal. The only hope for parents is a massive amount of education on an ongoing basis before, during, and after the problem has been identified. Almost like forever. Well, probably not forever. Until they feel like they get it. Until they are comfortable with it. Until they are subject matter experts. That's the only hope. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do it with videos. I'm going to do it with me. I'm going to a church. I'm going to do it if there's one person in the room. I'm going to do it if there's 1,000 people in the room. And it will not be followed up with a call now for help phone number. All right. And here, okay, so here's one thing. All y'all out there, kind of like with your Facebook ads, you know, American Addiction Center trying to scoop people up. Don't try Trinity Lutheran Church, because I'm about to tell them what it's all about. Oh, and here's one other thing. I just can't stop talking. I can't stop talking. Here's one other thing. This is what the rehabs will say to folks like me. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Do not say that, Richard. Richard, if you say those things, people won't go to rehab. Don't you understand? They have to go to rehab. We have a short window. All of it's bullshit. I know way too much to fall into that crap. Only 13% of people who identify as being in recovery even went to rehab. Interesting. 46% figured it out on their own. People get better despite your state-of-the-art facility. I am fired up. I'm fired up. Sorry, this was a long one. Peace out. Later.